Hey guys, first Regardsman here, and so I'll be talking about a Marksman Carbine build for the Tactical class in Space Marine 2 Patch 13. Now, back in Patch 12, the Marksman Carbine Ammo Reserve option got a base damage buff. The headshot damage here is almost identical to the ×2 headshot version, and the big upside on this one is that you have like double the magazine capacity and way more ammo in your reserve, and because of that, you can actually skip over perks here like Emperor's Vengeance and take stuff like Steady Aim or Emperor's Judgment instead, because the ammo economy on this weapon really is just that strong. Now, for the perk tree here, I do start off with the perk here, Headhunter first. Headshots deal 10% more damage. Moving here into the perk, Rapid Health. When your health's below 30%, killing 7 enemies in rapid succession restores health by 10%. Now, you might think, like, oh, you'll never trigger this on a Marksman Carbine, but the Marksman Carbine is actually pretty strong for Horde Clear at times with the hip fire, so you do actually trigger Rapid Health pretty regularly, especially against things like Hormagaunts and even Zangors, so a really strong option for sure. Next perk here is Home Precision. Equipped weapons maximum spread, it decreases by 50% when firing without aiming. Now, this is very strong on both the automatic version and the Marksman Carbine, because in a lot of cases, especially with the Argent Edge, you will just be hip firing Majoris in the face from like point blank, so really powerful for your build here. Next perk here is Divine Might for a 10% damage increase. Then I pick up Headhunter and Headhunter again for a 20% headshot damage buff, moving down to the perk Extended Magazine and the perk Divine Might. Now, you have a couple options here. You could go all the way down the bottom tree for like increased capacity, the perk here Magazine Restoration and Divine Might for a 10% damage buff, or you can do what I did where I picked up the perk here Cleaving Fire into Adamant Hunter, Perpetual Precision, and the final perk here Recoupment. I much prefer a recoupment here on this build because having more armor restore built into the headshots on this weapon is incredibly strong for your build, because most of the time when you're shooting an enemy like Tyranid Devourer or something, they're going to be chip damaging you from far away, and like half the time after you blow apart their brain, their like volley will still be coming at you from like they fired like right before they died, and this will give you armor back on that kill and save you a ton of HP, and just prevents a ton of HP loss in general and just gives you a ton of utility in the game. So really strong perk, and I pretty much always pick this one up. But if you want like pure damage to maximize your potential, you can go down here for Divine Might. But I'll be real, this weapon is so ammo efficient, you don't even need perks here like increased capacity, because the base ammo reserve is just that strong, especially with the prestige perk option we have down here, Skilled Supplier. So if you want to do that, you can. I just prefer this one. Now for the secondary, I do take the Firepower Bolt Pistol because, number one, I'm pretty Raven Guard pilled recently, so I've been taking the Raven Guard skin on this, and also the Firepower Bolt Pistol has pretty high gun strike damage in the game, and even though we are taking Balanced Distribution for a 15% loss on our secondary for 15% more damage on our primary, this weapon still hits pretty hard, and the gun strike damage is unaffected, so pretty good option overall. It's also very ammo efficient. Now for the perk tree here, I do start off with the perk here, Perpetual Precision first, moving here to the perk Headhunter for 10% more damage, and then we pick up the perk Gunstrike Reload, which is very strong with our Argent Edge here for parrying and gun strikes. And next perk here is, of course, increased capacity, Headhunter into the perk here, Elite Hunter. After killing a Majoris or higher enemy with a melee weapon, headshots will deal 50% more damage for 10 seconds. Now, you can trigger this perk off a melee execute, not just a melee kill, but you do have to have your secondary equipped, and if you swap off of this for any reason, you will lose the effect while it's active. Now, this isn't like the strongest perk ever on this build, only because I am taking Emperor's Judgment, which means we do have to choose between our primary reload or having our secondary trigger Elite Hunter, but for the most part, it still comes up occasionally, and it's really not too bad. Next perk here is Headhunter down here into Extended Magazine, and the final perk is Divine Might for a 10% buff, and that's pretty much all there is for the Raven Guard pistol. Now for the melee weapon selection, we are taking the best fencing weapon in all of Space Marine 2, which is the Argent Edge. Now, patch 13, it did fix up the description of the heroic Scathing Retort perk here, which now says the riposte window is shorter, but each perfect parry damages and staggers the enemy. So this weapon will perfect parry gun strike opportunity, stagger an enemy on every single parry no matter what, which is incredibly helpful in this game against Lictors, Raveners, and melee Terminators, and really helps you prevent getting stun locks. So super strong weapon. Like, honestly, once you equip the Argent Edge, you're like, holy shit, this is like the peak potential of a fencing weapon in Space Marine 2. So for that reason, we're taking it on this build because we're trying to be safe, and we also have perks here like Relentless Pursuit that will give us a 25% range damage buff after a gun strike, so getting more gun strikes off our melee weapon here, super useful for that. Now, for the perk tree here, I do build down the top tree this time instead. The thing about the Argent Edge is that the speed here is not that high at all, so you really don't get as many triggers off of things like kinetic energy for consecutive heavy attacks as you would say from like a Power Gladius. And for that reason, I do prefer like Tide of Battle and Sharp Impact and stuff like that. Or Tide of Battle's over here, but like Sharp Impact up here for more AoE on those Skull Crushers, which are your heavy attacks instead. Next perk here, Perpetual Strength, over here into the perk Combined Onslaught. Then I pick up the perk here, Tide of Battle, Shoulder Bash, Reeling Blow, and Shadow Stab. And the final perk here is Terminus Slayer for 20% more damage against Terminus level enemies. Now, for our perk tree, I do take the perk here, Balance Distribution first. Your primary weapon deals 15% more damage, but your secondary weapon deals 15% less damage. Losing damage on your secondary does kind of suck, but the 15% buff here is definitely worth it in my opinion. Though if you want to skip over this for like Plasma, you could take like a Plasma Pistol instead for Plasma Boost, or you could also take Crack and Penetrator rounds, which is actually still pretty strong on a Marksman Carbine. Next perk here is Relentless Pursuit. After a gun strike, range damage increases by 25% for 10 seconds. This is super easy to trigger all the time, and like usually you will trigger this perk while they're in your face because you have to gun strike them in your face, and when that happens you get this 25% buff and you just hip fire them and you obliterate their head in like 2 or 3 shots. So a really good combo on this. Though if you want like more safety in the melee on top of Argent Edge, you could take Heightened Vigor if like that's something better for you. Next perk here is Emperor's Judgment. After a finisher, the equipped ranged weapon reloads automatically, and your ranged weapons deal 20% more damage for 10 seconds. Now the buff here is super nice for damage, but also we do skip over the perk here, Gunstrike Reload, so having another reload option, this does keep your weapon topped off pretty much all the time. This also triggers on Gunstrike executes, not just like a standard execute in melee as well, so really strong for that. Next perk here is Aligned Aim. Range damage increases by 15% for all team members. We are going for all range damage here, and I know that like Secure Stockpile and Transhuman Physiology are very strong perks. Like Secure Stockpile especially is the better perk option here, but Aligned Aim is super fun, and like with any Bolter and Space Marine 2, I just much prefer this team perk, so for that reason, I'm picking it up today. Next perk here is Vital Data. Scanning Extremist or Terminus level enemy restores Auspex scans charged by 50%. This perk is by far the best in this column. I mean, priority targeting is not terrible. This one's just better because usually you want your Auspex against like a Terminus and Extremis anyways, and the base cooldown of an Auspex scan is like 90 seconds, so shaving off half of that in a boss fight is incredible for you. A really, really good perk effect, so I pretty much always pick this up. The next 2 perks I take are Precise Calibration and Concentrated Fire, because these combine together to give your Auspex scan like a total bonus of 300% damage increase. That is nuts for like any boss nuking build ever, and that's pretty much like the, you know, this is the quintessential Auspex combo for boss nuking for you and your teammates, so I definitely picked this one up. Just be aware of that Concentrated Fire, they will lose some mark when they leave the scanned area, so like if you don't know the movesets of the enemy, you have to be like a little more careful with that, but definitely worth picking up. Final perk here is Radiant Impact. A melee finisher additionally deals significant AoE damage in a 10-meter radius. The cooldown is 90 seconds. This perk is cracked. This perk will one-shot Majoris in a 10-meter radius. A 90-second cooldown feels like nothing, because like even in a shorter match, it's like a 30-minute match where this is almost always used off cooldown, and because of that, it will save your life over and over throughout your game. I honestly can't even tell you how many times that this perk has just like completely bailed me out of a solo boss fight, because it is just that strong, and the option to get like multiple executes is incredible. And usually when you like one-shot a Majora's pack in this game, you'll have enough time to just like obliterate 3 of them and execute stance with headshots on your gun, and then like execute the last one for armor. So a really good perk here. Now for the prestige perk options, it is pretty straightforward. You take Acuity. Okay, you just take this perk because we are a headshot build, and then you move here into the perk Skilled Supplier for more ammo, and we finish off Resilience for more sim HP, and the final perk here is Fortitude for health increase of 15%, because health increases on tactical especially will just save your life, and this perk is god tier. And that's pretty much all there is for the Marksman Carbine build here, guys. Marksman Carbine is really strong right now. The main downside of this gun is that you will get carpal tunnel eventually, which does kind of suck, but like if you can kind of, you know, struggle through that, you will be okay, and this weapon is incredibly potent. And honestly, the headshot multiplier one needs a buff right now, because this one is like kind of power crept it entirely. But that is pretty much all I have to say in this one, guys. Hopefully this build guide helped you, and if you like content like this, subscribe for more. And if you want to watch me live to ask me questions about the game or just come hang out, you can find me here on YouTube or on Twitch with a link in the video description alongside a link to my community Discord. And as always, thanks for watching, take it easy, bye.
Deploying shrapnel grenade. Fester and rot. See not abomination.
My favorite Space Marine Legion. Legion. This is a loyalist chat. We call them chapters here. Blood Angels. The answer. This guy says Legions, dude. This guy's from the 31st millennium. Warhammer 30k. Or he's just a heretic.
Precisely what we need. Alien bioform Mars. Get eyes on the spot. Changing magazine. Their numbers are no match for our trade. The codex demands it. Readying next volley. Reloading. I'm fast-moving or it calls for reinforcement.
Fine, bud. That guy can go to me. He can go to me.
I have eyes on a fireball. Swarm eyes. Super. Tyrannies have no eyes for tactics. Rearming. Rendezvous at Mars. Tyranid eyepieces sighted.
Oh, it's two of them. Okay, that's a lot.
Force max engaged. Changing magazine. Death was the only possible outcome for that tyranny. They get eyes Xeno scum on scope. We cannot backtrack.
I suppose watching his primary tier list so happens to be streaming. Oh, welcome, welcome.
Carry.
Plasma grenade launchers with the plasma incinerator be the next best weapon for Tech Marine? Honestly, yeah, probably these days.
Perfect balance.
I think, yeah, it's either that or the Oculus Carbine. In my opinion.
Increasing response severity.
What's up, FTG? My favorite salamanders are boring gamer. Do you like this game? I feel like it performs well of all. This clicking feels annoying. Or maybe like this gun. Yeah, I do. I do like this gun. I am immune to carpal tunnel. I will die on this hill. My finger starts to hurt. That just means that I've effectively sacrificed the necessary amount of pain for the Emperor. Sacrifice. That makes it sound like it's a problem. Actually, no, I've happily given the proper amount of pain to the Emperor.
Reloading. No wrong way to kill a carnivore. Buckled terrain. Rapid activity. Frag grenade.
When you have this much range damage, even if you lose like 99% of your HP, you're usually better off just shooting them in response than wasting a stim. Again.
Synaptic servant slaughtered. Readying this volley. Scanning. Changing magazine. Fester and rot. Xenos abomination. Checkpoint located. It dug its own grave. Battle power unleashed. Synaptic servant slaughtered. Commencing all-spec scan. Rearming. Tyranid eyepiece sighted. And numbers are no match for our trade. Inserted. A most impressive cleansing, brothers. Tyranids have no vibrant tactics. Executing countermeasures.
Pretty peak.
Rearming.
How we doing? Pretty well, man. What's up? We're currently... Oh, I can definitely tell them with this Ranger. There we go.
Right ahead.
There
The
else?
hive
No.
ships are moving into range of
blind
the
now.
capillary towers.
Not.
We are in Kadaku's final hours.
This would be ammo. I can smell it. Yeah, whatever. Actually comes in handy here because getting to this loadout station would be a little bit more obnoxious than I originally thought. Put 3 devourers down here on me.
Alien bioform marked. Alien bioform eliminated.
It will not be long now until we are in the fortress, brothers.
Our orders are clear. Advance.
I assumed the reclamation ventilation machines.
We gotta check for the wrong spot down here if we wanted to.
Welcome, ministers. System reset required. Initiate rites of reawakening.
We must find and wake up all of the machine consoles to reach the battle.
Convenient. Go.
Activating war gear.
Only after we activate the consoles can we enter the fortress, brothers.
Changing magazine. Tyrannies have no vibrant tactics.
Blessings extended to the slumbering. Awakening has begun. Attention, users. Communication with console halted. Biological impurity detected. Invasive material must be removed prior to resumption.
Let us find this substance and purge it. Tyrannic pollution ensnares the system. This is not the outgrowth. We need to find and remove the spores.
Ended their xenostomon scope.
Unregistered biological battle message. Removal required.
Fucking warrior going to rage 2 feet in front of my face feels great.
Servant slaughtered. All fury and thunder. No tactics.
So we have Adamant Hunter active right now, so we're not going to heal up. That 25% buff is actually quite strong for us. We also have Rapid Health on this build, so if we do manage to like Rapid Kill 7 Spore Mines or something like that,
The contamination is removed.
or even just these guys. This is pretty easy to do with this much ammo.
Using countermeasures. Reloading.
Let's see. If you take frag and penetrating rounds, you can actually do quite a bit here. Like, it may not be like the actual laser beam Hormigaunt vaporizer that the
Sharing the divine blessings of the machine god.
the Bolt Carbine is, but it's pretty good.
Console operational. Connection to core controls established.
Munitions here.
Would you rather fight 20 Biovores or 4 Carnifexes? Probably 20 Biovores. 4 Carnifexes have a pretty high likelihood of stun locking you. Also, Biovores like to stack up on top of each other to speed Spore Mines,
Only after we activate the consoles.
which means you can just penetrate them with a Auspex
Communion established.
on their turret.
Transmission of blessing has commenced. Communion with vessel complete. Ministerial authority accepted. Radio desired. System restoration complete. Grounding controls reset.
Tyranids have no mind for tactics. Tyranids repelled running.
System is running. Let us open the fortress door. We have left the sewers behind and are in the fortress, Captain. Good. Head up to the cannons and remind the Xenos of whom they dare to attack.
Floor line spotted. The codex demanded. Synaptic servants slaughtered. Readying next volley. Force engaged. Reloading. Their numbers are no match for our training. Changing magazine.
Damn,
Objective
so
on the
peak.
other side. There is a lick sniffing around us. The lictor stood no chance. Alien biobomb eliminated. Reloading. Battle tower unleashed. Watch out! Eurothroats seek to ravage our wits. Tyranids have no mind for tactics. Commencing horseback stab. Rearming. Our targets never stay hidden for long. Synaptic servants looking in eyepiece sighted. Inserting fresh magazine. Lending my wounds. Increasing
SEG, you agree multi-fire variant needs like 10 times current ammo, right? No, it's actually pretty fucking good as it is. Get the build for ammo. It doesn't have like a super high ammo economy, but there are a lot of ways to get your ammo back on that thing. And also it puts out a stupid amount of damage. So if you were to... If you were to absolutely up its ammo capacity, it would just be disgustingly powerful. Like, if you have 9... So, the Discipline perk for 25% bonus damage will start at 9 rounds, like a full ammo setup on that thing. That's a lot. There's a lot for that weapon. Right, there we go. Man, FCG being a bummer, giving a serious answer. Well, I just made a build on that thing, and I'm like, it's actually surprisingly effective. Not so much in Siege, but in hard strats, definitely. Ops.
The Tyranids seem to know you're close. They are amassing at the fortress. Then we will eliminate all of them. For the Emperor!
This damage is redonkulous? Yes, it is. Fucking redonkulous damage.
The Tyranid scourge towers above us, but not for long. With this fortress's defensive weapons, we will terminate its existence.
I think we're ever gonna get Lightning Claw Space Marine 2. Unlikely. We might. One day.
Changing magazine. Activating all space advantage.
You are near the last cannons. We will need to find the manual controls to operate them. We see the console. Soon we will use this fortress's weapons on the Tyranids.
Defensive cannon active. Targeting system non-functional. Initializing secondary system. Chameleon established.
Press the attack. Do not let them recover, brothers. Take cover, brothers.
The service call. Enable calling to the system.
Do not let it waste poison.
Readying next volley. Their numbers are no match for our training.
Keep at it, brothers. The tyranny aims for us. Away from his filth, brothers. Press the attack. Do not let them recover, brothers.
Auxiliary generators to resume fire.
Eliminate our adversaries are keen to lose again. Buckle terrain. The stench of Xenos thickens the air. Inserting fresh magazine. The Codex demands it.
Rouse the last cannons and keep fighting, brothers. Take cover, brothers.
Alien biobomb eliminated.
The auxiliary generators give us more fire to cleanse this infestation.
Stand triumphant over the Tyranids.
The tyranny aims for us. Generator is active. Cannons ready for the Imperium.
System no longer detected. Engage console to re-establish communion between the fortress and service call.
Tyranids have no mind for tactics.
Take cover, brothers! Keep at it, brothers! Back away from its toxic expulsions! Press the attack! Do not let them recover, brothers! Keep going! We can finish this! We must replenish the last cannons so we can eliminate these Tyranids!
Hostile backup. Executing countermeasures. Focus fire on the Tyranid gun beast. Never mind.
The auxiliary generators give us more fire to cleanse this infestation!
You never doubt the damage to the body shot with the Auspex. Marksman Carbine will still do a lot.
This is take cover, brothers! Let us fire at the Tyranids!
Auspex and Fortress communication disrupted. Return to console for reconnection. Servers got detected. Synchronization complete.
We actually will probably one-shot him here, so... Oh, unless we fucking miss. Next one for sure.
Crack grenade deployed. Best battle power.
The Tyranid aims for us!
Okay, well, now that one just hits nothing.
Waste poison.
We only have one hit. I'm gonna make it easy though. Or decide to drop this entire fucking wave on me or something around, dude. They're relics, I don't really care too much, but... Of course he's dropping them right ready to drop off, okay. You're super cool, Parrish. I don't think... I actually had Hormagon stop my shot. How fucking hilarious is that?
Take the shot on those damn towers and unleash...